Welcome. We've got some thrilling Arsenal news lined up for you, so stay tuned until the end to catch all the latest updates. And don't forget to leave 300 likes to keep us motivated in bringing you the latest Arsenal updates. Jakub Kiwior reveals Mikel Arteta's reluctance in £45 million transfer saga. Jakub Kiwior has disclosed that Arsenal manager Mikel Arteta was initially opposed to his departure, which paved the way for the £45 million signing of Piero Hincapié. The Polish defender, now on loan at Porto, that his move was entirely his own decision, driven by a desire for regular first-team football. With Gabriel and Saliba firmly ahead of him in Arsenal's pecking order, Kiwior convinced Arteta to sanction his transfer, despite the club's reluctance. He explained, "I had to persuade him myself. I spoke to him, laid out my perspective, and he understood my ambition to play. He appreciated my approach, spoke to the sporting director, and things moved quickly after that." This departure triggered Arsenal's loan move for Ecuador international Hincapié, with an option to buy next year, though the new signing is yet to debut due to a groin injury. Kiwior, now thriving in Portugal, has become a fan favourite and is relishing life away from London. "Saying goodbye to London wasn't tough, especially with the sporting opportunity here," he said. "The weather's a bonus too, far less rain. It's better for my wife and our 2 dogs, we can spend more time outdoors by the sea." Meanwhile, Arsenal's defensive depth remains robust, with young talents like Christian Mosquera, Ricardo Calafiori, and Miles Lewis-Skelly stepping up. Kiwior's candid account dispels rumours that Arteta pushed for his exit, highlighting instead the manager's initial resistance and the player's determination to secure a move that suited his career ambitions. Mikel Arteta speaks out on to Martin Odegaard injury. Arsenal face tense wait as surgery decision looms. Arsenal are grappling with the latest setback to their captain, Martin Odegaard, who may require surgery on a recent knee injury, according to Gunners expert Charles Watts. The Norwegian international suffered an MCL, medial collateral ligament, injury during Arsenal's 2-0 victory over West Ham United last Saturday, forcing him off in the first half. This marks an unwanted record for Odegaard, who became the first Premier League player to be substituted before half-time in 3 consecutive matches. The 26-year-old, who shone with an assist and 2 big chances created in Arsenal's Champions League win against Olympiacos, has withdrawn from Norway's international squad. The Gunners have yet to confirm how long Odegaard will be sidelined, leaving fans anxiously awaiting news on whether their skipper will miss days, weeks, or even months. Charles Watt suggested that Arsenal will likely conduct a follow-up scan once the initial swelling in Odegaard's knee subsides. "They've probably got a preliminary diagnosis, but there'll be a fair bit of swelling," Watt said. Drawing parallels with Kai Havertz's recent injury, he noted that a second scan, likely within a week, will clarify the extent of the damage. Watts believes a decision on surgery could come soon, determining whether Odegaard faces a short or prolonged absence. This latest injury adds to Odegaard's challenges, having struggled to hit top form in the 2022-23 and 2023-24 seasons due to a serious ankle injury and 2 shoulder issues earlier this campaign. While Arsenal coped without him against West Ham, Watt stressed that the team is far more effective with their captain on the pitch. "Arsenal are a better side when Martin Odegaard plays, and plays well," he remarked. Mikel Arteta, Arsenal's manager, addressed Odegaard's injury with a mix of concern and optimism. "We're gutted to see Martin pick up another injury, especially after his brilliant performances this season," Arteta said. "We'll support him fully through his recovery. Our medical team is working hard to determine the best course of action, and we're hopeful for positive news soon. Martin's our leader, and we'll ensure he comes back stronger." Despite the blow, Arsenal boast a squad with enough depth to cover Odegaard's absence. Eberechi stepped into the playmaker's role against West Ham, while Ethan Nwaneri impressed off the bench in recent matches against Leeds United and Nottingham Forest. Mikel Merino has also been tested in the captain's position, though with mixed results. Watts highlighted that Odegaard's injuries stem from bad luck rather than muscular issues. "It's not a muscle problem, just rotten luck, all 3 times, he said. He advised caution in rushing Odegaard back, particularly given the ligament damage in his knee, which may require a more careful recovery compared to his earlier shoulder issues. "It might be wise to ease him back a bit more slowly," Watts added. Arsenal's win over West Ham, sealed by goals from Declan Rice and Bukayo Saka, showed their resilience without Odegaard. However, what's emphasized the captain's importance to Arteta's long-term vision. This squad was built for rotation and peak fitness, not to deal with recurring injuries, he said. He hopes Odegaard could return shortly after the international break, though a longer absence remains possible. As Arsenal fans hold their breath for updates on Odegaard's condition, Arteta and his coaching staff are preparing contingency plans. With options like Ease, Nwaneri, and Marino, the Gunners have the flexibility to compete, but Odegaard's presence remains irreplaceable. The hope is for a swift recovery for the talented midfielder, whose leadership and creativity are vital to Arsenal's ambitions. Arsenal's Emirates Stadium expansion plans face complex hurdles. Arsenal Football Club is exploring the possibility of expanding the Emirates Stadium, but the path to achieving this ambition is fraught with challenges. The Gunners are keen to establish themselves as the club with London's largest football ground, surpassing rivals in both capacity and prestige. However, such an undertaking involves navigating a labyrinth of logistical and bureaucratic obstacles, making the process anything but straightforward. The proposed expansion could see Arsenal temporarily relocate to Wembley Stadium while works are carried out. This move would allow the Emirates to undergo significant upgrades, potentially increasing its capacity to accommodate up to 70,000 spectators. Such a transformation would mark a bold step in modernizing the venue and reinforcing Arsenal's stature in English football. However, before any diggers can break ground, Arsenal must secure planning permission from the local authorities and gain the support of the surrounding community. According to journalist Charles Watts, speaking on his YouTube channel, this stage presents a formidable challenge. If and when they reach that point, the really complicated bit begins, Watts explained, highlighting the bureaucratic complexities that lie ahead. Watts elaborated that Arsenal will need to present their plans to Islington Council and engage with local residents. The process is expected to be far from smooth, as the council has strict guidelines in place. When the Emirates was originally constructed, specific restrictions were imposed, including limits on further development and building height. These regulations could significantly complicate any attempts to expand the stadium. It's going to be a very intricate project if they do push forward, Watts noted. The bureaucratic hoops they'll need to jump through will be immense before anything can come to fruition. The scale of the task underscores the delicate balance Arsenal must strike between ambition and adherence to local regulations. The desire to expand the Emirates comes nearly 2 decades after Arsenal moved from their historic Highbury home to the modern stadium in 2006. At the time, the Emirates was a state-of-the-art venue, but as other clubs have upgraded their grounds, it risks appearing dated. John Cross, writing for The Mirror, "The Emirates was magnificent when it opened, but now, compared to other stadiums, it feels a tad outdated and in need of a bit of a facelift." Cross also pointed to the possibility of a temporary move to Wembley as a notable aspect of the plans. While not yet confirmed, this idea reflects Arsenal's determination to push forward with their vision. The club is clearly intent on revitalizing the Emirates to keep pace with the modern demands of top-tier football, both in terms of facilities and atmosphere. The broader context of stadium expansions has shifted in recent years. A decade ago, the focus was on maximizing capacity to boost matchday revenue. However, lucrative television deals reduced the emphasis on sheer size. Now, with financial regulations like profitability and sustainability rules, PSR, tightening, clubs are once again looking to increase stadium capacities to bolster income from ticket sales and hospitality. While Arsenal's plans are ambitious, the road ahead remains long and uncertain. The club's hierarchy is undoubtedly committed to enhancing the Emirates, but they must first overcome significant regulatory and community challenges. Whether these changes come to pass swiftly or take years to materialize, it's clear that Arsenal are gearing up for a transformative chapter in their storied history. Thanks for watching Arsenal Time. If you enjoyed this content, don't forget to like, share, and leave a comment below. Continue following the Gunners' journey with us, and see you in the next video. Come on, you Gunners!